you talk. Still. Even when the silence screams louder than your voice. Words spill from your mouth like desperate pleas, trying to fill a void no one sees. She's gone. But you keep speaking, hoping she'll come back, hoping she'll hear you this time. You don't realize that every word, every sentence just digs the hole deeper. Why do you talk when the space between you is filled with nothing but absence? Why cling to echoes when the truth is screaming in the dark? She left and your voice can't bring her back. The hardest part is not the leaving itself. It's what lingers after. The emptiness, the questions, the endless replay of moments you'll never get back. You find yourself trapped between memory and silence, speaking into a void, hoping to stitch together what's been torn apart. It's not about who she was or what she wanted. It's about the man you stopped being when she left. The man you still try to find through words that fall flat, through conversations with ghosts. The ache is more than heartbreak. It's the collapse of your own foundation. You think talking will fix it, but maybe it's the silence you need to listen to understand why she left, to confront your own reflection. The pain is raw, but it's also a doorway, a threshold to a truth you're not ready to face. But you have to, because what stays quiet inside will eventually scream louder than any words you say. Why do we keep talking when silence holds the answers? Why does why she left haunt every thought, every breath? This video is not about blame, nor about rewriting the past. It's about understanding the cracks that opened beneath your feet, the cracks caused by rejection, by broken, masculine energy, by losing sight of your purpose. Masculinity isn't about loud words or empty promises. It's about the alpha mindset. Strength that doesn't need to prove itself with noise. Self-improvement is the path through the silence, the quiet rebuilding of who you are beneath the layers of loss. This is a story about heartbreak, yes, but also about how that pain can forge a new man. How rejection becomes fuel for a deeper fire. How silence can teach you the harshest truths about yourself. And how the real fight is learning to be a man who doesn't just talk, but who listens, who grows, who stands, even when no one is watching. You remember the last time you spoke to her, the tension hanging in the air like smoke, words trying to bridge a gap that only grew wider. Rejection is a wound you wear on your skin. It's a shadow that follows you in every quiet moment. The fear of being forgotten, the gnawing feeling of insufficiency, the shame that whispers, "You weren't enough." But here's the brutal truth. This isn't about her. It's about you losing yourself. The man you were before the heartbreak is buried under layers of pain and excuses. To reclaim your masculinity, you must walk through that fire alone. Masculine energy isn't loud or boastful. It's the silent power that comes from self-control, from standing firm when everything inside screams to fall apart. It's the solitude you embrace, not to hide, but to find purpose in the quiet. Growth happens in the space where no one sees, in the dark hours when you wrestle with your shadows, your anger, your regrets. The alpha mindset is not born from conquest, but from conquest over yourself. Every rejection, every loss is a lesson in who you must become, not for her, but for you. This journey is brutal, filled with moments where you want to give up, to talk yourself back into old habits, into the safety of familiar lies. But the real man is the one who chooses silence over noise, who lets go of the past to forge a new path, who understands that desire, respect, and strength come from within, not from empty words or desperate conversations. This is the shadow masculine awakening, a rebirth from the ashes of pain, a fire that burns slow, steady, and fierce. The silence you once feared becomes your greatest teacher. And in that quiet, you find the voice that was always inside you. The voice of true power, of real connection, of relentless self-improvement. You lied to yourself every time you said, "I'm fine." You miss her voice but hate how weak it made you feel. You're angry at her, at the world, but mostly at yourself. The shame of failing haunts your nights. You fear fading into nothing, being just another ghost forgotten by time. You remember every word unsaid, every moment wasted, and it kills you. The question echoes, why wasn't I enough? The silence is a wound, and your voice, just an echo lost in the dark. You've been speaking to ghosts, trying to fix what's already broken. But the truth is this: healing doesn't come from more noise. It comes from stillness, from facing the shadows you've hidden from. The pain you feel is a mirror, reflecting the man you need to become. Not for her, not for anyone else, but for you. The journey to reclaim your masculinity is not about proving something to the world. It's about proving something to yourself, that you can stand alone, that you can hold your silence with courage, that you can rebuild your energy, your purpose, your identity, not with empty words, but with action. You talk, still, because you haven't yet learned to listen. Listen to the quiet that screams the loudest. Listen to the emptiness that demands change. When you do, you'll find a strength no rejection can break. A masculine energy that is calm, relentless, and true. You'll stop chasing what's lost and start creating what's next. And in that moment, your voice will matter. Not because it fills the room, but because it carries the weight of a man who has faced his darkness and risen from it. If this touched something inside you, don't hold it in. Write it down, speak it out, share it where someone might hear. The friend who's lost, the stranger who needs strength, even the part of you still searching. Maybe your voice, once silent, can spark a fire in another.